this old bloody thing. This old thing has been the center of my brain for the past 6, 7 years. But weirdly, not this year. No. In March, I silently decided I'd take a real step back from it all. I don't go on social media. I don't really do anything online now besides this. Posting, you know, here on YouTube. And in that space away from it all, it's really allowed me some time to think about what it means to be a YouTuber. For some very well needed context, this is the first year I started working at other forms of entertaining that I love doing just as much.
Are you guys into conspiracy theories?
Yeah!
Yeah? Yeah? My favourite one is the clitoris.
Okay, no, right now, I prefer doing them. I mean, I love it more than this. And I'm also in the midst of doing something that I never thought that I would do, which is slowing down a bit, you know, making YouTube be a part of my life less and finally focusing on something else. And mate, if I told 15-year-old me that, he'd scream. He'd go, mate, what the hell are you playing at, Tom? And well, I guess this video is to explain what I'm playing at. Put into words how I've really been feeling. I've also just spent the past week at the YouTube Summit in New York, which is a gathering of every type of the top YouTubers that exist, many of whom that I've looked up to for years. And out of those many, I managed to share quite a lot of meaningful chats with a lot of them. And this video you're watching has really been inspired by a long talk that me and matpat had in the back of a roller skating rink. And if you're new here, or you're a returning long-time viewer and you're thinking to yourself, this Tommy guy, didn't he used to be all fun and energetic and like whimsical? Yep. No, yeah, he did. It's no shock to you all, YouTube's changing. And it has changed. People used to have no idea what the hell they were doing on here. They were just doing what they thought might be good. And now it's very different. People know what is good, what works, and they know how to become the most popular YouTuber, man. Fuck me, maybe they even study for it. And I think because of this access to knowledge once deemed, quite frankly, unknowable, YouTube as a platform has a general, like, consistent theme to it now, in a way it never had before. You seem to open your video with a bang! You ask your viewers to stay, and then you pray they don't get bored. And it's a formula that works well, and it's been widely spread around, and most of us use it now. You're probably not subscribed, so even if you can just check the subscribe button to see if you are, I'd appreciate that so much. Even YouTube itself has recognized that it works, right? With their new inspiration feature that AI generates ideas for you based on your YouTube channel. They literally AI generate a hook and main content for your videos. Another big change in the past 5 years that I've bear witness to is the out of 10 system. You've seen this. When I began YouTube, you check your analytics dashboard once a week and tried to get a vague idea if your channel was succeeding or doing fine or just not really growing. And now, it's smack bang at the center of the studio. It's very in your face, rewarding you when you're more popular and being a little annoyed at you when you're less.
Anything for that 1 out of 10 confetti, Skeppy. You have to understand. It's all I live for. I'd betray all my friends for confetti.
So to me, those are the primary platform changes that I found really impactful, alright? Besides the addition of YouTube Shorts, but they're just sort of fucking there, aren't they? And these have all made YouTube very different to how it was before. Now, do I think these changes are good? I think that they are very, very bad. Let's begin with this dashboard feature. At the YouTube Summit, I heard firsthand things from the heads of this company, saying things like, we want you to be your most creative. We want YouTube to be the most rewarding place to create. We want you to be your authentic self. Which I find a little bit hard to stomach. I do not love that the primary signal of success that YouTube chooses to acknowledge and push onto the creator, is popularity. These analytics now are everywhere you look. Huge, affirming green arrows if you're getting attention, and fucking bright red down arrows if you're getting less. If you're a YouTuber, no matter your size, you know that sinking feeling when you're told your video is underperforming. These huge red down arrows fucking telling you that you have failed, man. And look, mate, I've just got to ask you this. Were the popular kids at school the best ones? No. They were all pricks. Are the best movies the most popular ones? No. Really? No. Are the best YouTubers the most popular ones? Fuck no, they're not. Dan TDM is, alright? The tough reality is, YouTube is a business. If you're a YouTuber, you're an employee, and they want you to make them money. At the YouTube Summit, my mate Jarvis asked the question to the heads of YouTube, hey, are you guys aware that this YouTube studio bums us all out? To which he got a very funny, but telling, one-word response. Yes. And look, this is all fine. They're a business, and they need to run it well, and they do run it well. But what isn't fine is every fucking person thinking that this is the only measure of success. It's not. When I chat with comedians now about comedy, all they talk about is the quality of what they do and how funny it was, the timing, the nuances, the delivery, the specific details of how they can improve and hone their craft. And when I chat with YouTubers, from the majority of my experience, all they talk about is how they can have another banger, how they can get more of this attention. Because that's what it tells you to want, to feel, to need. I'm starting to feel a pretty large resentment with this company for hardwiring and instilling in a 15-year-old me that, yes, you need to be popular.
Is it odd that this all happened so fast and at such a young age? Does it almost feel like you won a video game too early?
Here's my secret, or I'm going to tell you. Everything feels strange.
It's led to a lot of hours of anxious train rides and panicked discussions with my friends about how to get that next banger, and generally had a pretty negative effect on my little head.
Did you get that on camera? Like,
Yeah, I did.
I mean, mate, to go into a little bit more personal detail here, dude, during the lockdown, I checked my sub count first thing every morning, and if it was under 10,000 that day, I'd feel sad. There was one point where if my video got only a mere 5 million views in the day, instead of 8 million, there'd be huge red down arrows in my dashboard, and I'd feel shit. One time, I watched the entire Mr. Beast crew, about 7 men, be really, sad because they had a 10 out of 10 in their dashboard. They had gotten only 50 million views in a day. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a climb to a mountaintop that never stops, and if you do reach the peak, there only lies depression. And I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but I've got to use my A-star in English language somewhere, right? And this felt like an appropriate place. After being at this YouTube Summit for a few days, I was really starting to get a bitter taste in my mouth. As I mentioned in the intro, I've not used social media all year, so I felt much more sensitized to all of this. And it felt dystopian, man, and strange. And I couldn't help but think, why is everyone doing this? But alas, prepare your necks, because I am about to give some extreme whiplash. Because I promise you, man, come on, YouTube is, as matpat said to me, it's a net positive, alright? It's good. I mean, it might just be, or at least it is to me, the best part of the whole World Wide Web. There is no other place that random ass people like you and me get other people to hear us, to hear our voice, and that is brilliant. I've just been thinking about what it means to do this, and why people do this, why I do this. And look, I've got to tell you guys, all of the most fulfilling times on this platform, for me, haven't came from milestones. Honestly, I can't even remember hitting 3 to 9 million subscribers, right? It all came from those random moments where I didn't even quite know what was happening until it was over.
Okay, now edit. Cut to black, have a fade in of and put the Stranded video, then hard cut to us in the middle of the ocean.
You know, editing for hours and hours until I finally nailed this title sequence to be exactly how I wanted it. Or the first playback of my footage and realizing it's gonna perfectly sync up to Giorno's theme. And fuck man, finding some of my old friends' recordings and realizing for just one day, if I can nail his editing style, it might just feel like he's alive again. These are the moments to live for. Not this. Not this bullshit. If right now you want to become a YouTuber and not one of these bullshit algorithm obsessing sellouts, a bit harsh, but I mean a real YouTuber, you know, a person that's going to stick with people, then you do it your own way. Because I don't know how the fuck I'm here. And I've spoken to every one of the best YouTubers there have ever been. And I'm not fucking around. I mean everyone, alright? I have spoken 2 hours to Stampy, Dan TDM, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Mark Grober, Captain Sparkles, matpat, KSI, Technoblade, Mumbo Jumbo, Ryan Dryhan, Fitz, Schlatt, Steven Tries, Will N.E., PBG, Ninja, Tom Scott, and many more. for hours, picking their brains, asking them some really hard questions so I could try to navigate this all for myself. And after doing that for 4 years, I can very comfortably and securely tell you, none of them knew how to get here. They didn't know how they got here. None of them can retrace that. They just did what they love, they gave it their absolute best, and looking back, they were in the right place at the right time. And right now, I can guarantee you, one of you out there watching this video is in absolutely the right place at absolutely the right time. You just don't know it yet. And to any YouTubers watching this, you know, maybe feeling a little lost, just remember why you started this, man. Go back and watch your old videos. Remember why you did this in the first place. And once you found that soul, that essence, that life that radiates from those first videos of yours, you'll know what to do with it. My name's TommyInnit, and I'm really smart. Really? That's what I wrote as the closing line? Okay, well,